Dear students, in last classes we learned fertility rates and the reproduction rate. Fertility rate said as what is the fertility rate or healthy, that how fertile that location is per thousand, how many births will take place, and reproduction rate said as whether population will increase or decrease in future, that is growth of the population. And when birth comes, death also is sure in human life. So let us discuss now death rates, that is also called as mortality and mortality rates. So what is mortality? Mortality refers to deaths occurring in the population. So mortality refers here what? Deaths occurring in a population. Deaths may be due to any causes. It may be because of age, accident, or maybe sickness. That is, we can say natural death, or maybe accidental death, or maybe due to illness, unhealthiness, or sickness. Okay, to measure these mortality, we have 6 different measurements for mortality based on different category here. So they are, first one, crude death rate. It is as same as crude birth rate. Here all the deaths and total population is taken into consideration for calculation as CBR considers. So here it is referred as a crude death rate. Second one, age specific death rate. So it is as same as ASFR, age specific fertility rate. For each age group we calculate here. And next, standardized death rate. So it is as same as TFR, total fertility rate, but here we consider separate population as a standard population. So it is called as standardized death rate. It is used to compare with other locations. And next, infant mortality rate. So it studies the death of babies within 1 year. And next, neonatal mortality rate. It studies the death of babies, that is baby which dies within 28 days from its birth. And next, maternal mortality rate, that is death of mothers due to childbirth causes. So let us discuss them one by one. First one is crude death rate. As I said, it is a crude. It considers all population, entire population, and total deaths irrespective of their gender and age group. So it is defined as the average number of deaths occurring in the year per 1000 individuals. So here also we are referring it for 1000 individuals. So the formula on this definition is CDR is equal to number of deaths occurring in the year divided by average population in the year into 1000. So in simple we can write it as a CDR is equal to D divided by P into 1000. So it represents deaths per 1000 individuals. So here number of deaths, that is total death, whatever age group may be and whatever gender may be. So total deaths and total population in the given location. So its merits and demerits. First merit is it is simple to understand and easy to calculate. So no doubt we take total deaths and total population. So it is simple to understand also and easy to calculate. Then it requires only the total number of death and average population. So no need to separate whether male died or female died or who died, just total population and deaths. And it indicates the rate of decrease of population due to deaths. So it tells how much population decreased because of the deaths. Next, demerits. First demerit, it is an overall figure which does not give importance to age and sex distribution of the population. So we said it is simple because of it doesn't segregate the population. So that is the demerit here, that it does not separate the gender and age composition. And second one, it cannot be effectively used for comparison of mortality of different populations. So here this CDR cannot be used to compare with other locations. Only we can tell what is the CDR or decrease of population of a particular location only, but we cannot compare with other locations. And the next one is age specific death rates. So in CDR we have not divided or separated the age groups. So here we divide it. As I said, it is as same as ASFR, but the difference is here we don't consider male or female population, but we consider entire population irrespective of their gender, and we take total population in a particular age group. And remember one thing, that here population will not be divided according to a particular width or age group for particular age group only, as in ASFR there. So here whatever may be the age group, it may be 0 to 10, 0 to 20, or maybe 0 to 40, 40 and above, like that also may be divided. So the definition of ASDR is average number of deaths occurring in a given age group per 1000 individuals in that age group in the year. So average number of deaths occurring in a given age group, that is whatever age group they have given, for that age group per 1000 individuals, what is the death rate we are calculating. So for example, age group 0 to 20 years is given, and deaths for that age group are given. Then we take average of that deaths of 0 to 20 age group divided by total population of 0 to 20 age group into 1000. So by that definition, the formula is number of deaths in the specific age group in a year divided by average population in that age group in a year into 1000. So by reading this the formula, you can remember ASFR formula. Their only difference is number of births, live births there we are taking, and here we are taking number of deaths in a specific age group in a year. So this can be written in simple dt divided by pt. So dt refers to deaths of a t age group and population of a t age group. Okay, and merits and demerits for this ASDR is it considers age composition of a population. So to a certain extent it considers the age composition. So we can separately study in which age group how many deaths are occurring, and in which age group less deaths are occurring, so where we have to give more concentrate, who are dying more. So that all we can study here. And next, it is used in the computation of standardized death rate, net reproduction rate, and life table. So this ASDR will help in further calculation or in the next formulas, that is it helps in calculation of standardized death rate, that is next part of this mortality rates, and a net reproduction rate that already we studied. So where it comes, you might be having surprise that we used, yes, that is survival rate. So there that survival rate is 1 minus mortality rate. So here we are studying mortality. So that answer for we are taking difference, deducting that mortality rate by 1, the difference we are taking there. So it helps in calculating NRR, and also it is a part of life table. That life table give us what is the survival pattern or mortality pattern. We all study there, and it tells what is the average age that newly born baby would live. Okay, so it helps in ASDR, helps in further calculations. Next comes demerits. So first demerit, ASDR cannot be used for overall computation of mortality conditions in two different regions. So here we can use this ASDR to compare just for particular age group, and we can tell, okay, in this location this age group of people are dying more comparing to another location in the same age group, but we cannot tell that entire population what is the death pattern, what is the mortality rate, and we cannot compare with help of just ASDR. And the next one is it ignores social and occupational factors. So here social and occupational factor, that is society, that how the living of people, lifestyle of the people, what they are doing. So here when it comes to rural, there people are more working in the farms, fields. Their living style or lifestyle is different compared to those living in the urban areas, where in urban areas more persons are going for a job where their nature of work is soft compared to the farmers and business persons, whereas there they use their emotional quotient, their intelligence rather than their power, muscle power. So here we cannot compare, that it ignores that. When we are comparing with another city or maybe another country, their social and occupational factors will be totally different. It also affects the life span or age of a person, what in which field he is working. It determines the age, average age of the person, but it has not considered that. So that is another demerit. Okay, and next, standardized death rate. So standardized death rate is calculated using ASDR. So here as TFR is calculated by calculating ASFR for each age group, that is total 7 age group between 15 to 49, and we are multiplying it by 5. But it is not same here. Here we are calculating ASDR for each age group. That age group may be anything, and then we are multiplying those ASDRs of each age group with the same age group population of a standard population. Then that total is taken, and average for the with standard population is considered as a standardized death rate. Okay, so here they have given STDR is the weighted average of a ASDR of a population by taking standard population as weights. So STDR is a weighted average of ASDRs taking standard population as a weights. You in first PUC you have learned calculating weighted arithmetic mean. So there we are taking weights. So like that here in calculating STDR, we will take a particular location's population as a weights, and taking that weights we calculate weighted average of ASDRs, that is called as a standardized death rate. And here to calculate that we need to calculate first what? ASDR. Okay, and then multiplying that ASDR with standard population. Then we take total of ASDR into standard population divided by total of standard population. So here they have given the standard population can be one of the given population. One particular population is taken as a standard. The standard population can be one of the given population under study or any other population. After the standard population is decided, we calculate standardized death rate. So that means here it may be one of the given population. That means here I said STDR is used to compare with other location. So other locations when we are comparing means at least minimum 2 populations we have here, and it might be that standard population might be one of the given populations, or else it may be separate another population. For example, now India and China, two countries are there. Indian population and Chinese population, we are comparing both. Then we use STDR, no doubt, and we can use either Indian population as a standard population or might be China's population as a standard population, any one among the given population, or maybe we can refer any third country population as a standard population, maybe American population as a standard population, or maybe Russian population as a standard population, or maybe any other country. So here we need standard population. It may be one of the given population or maybe separate population. Then we calculate STDR for two regions. Then here steps they have given. First stage, age specific death rate for each age group, which we discussed already. Then we calculate standardized death rate for the given locations. Okay, based on this definition and steps, the formula for STDR, as I said, we are calculating for two locations for the purpose of comparison. So here we have two formulas. STDR of A indicates the STDR for location A, and that is summation PA divided by summation P. So summation P means here P indicates standard population, A indicates the age specific death rate of population A. So we calculate ASDR of A, then we multiply it with standard population P. So PA divided by summation P. And next for location B, STDR of location B, so summation PB divided by summation P. So these are the formula for calculating STDR. And it indicates when we calculate for two locations how to compare them. So here they have given the population which has less minimum STDR, that is healthy population. So suppose population A's STDR is 10.5 and STDR of location B is 9.8, then we can say population B is healthier. Okay, and here dear students, remember one thing. So CDR of a standard population itself is STDR, so that when we have only two locations, India and China, and suppose the Indian population is considered as a standard population, and CDR of Indian population itself is a STDR, no need to calculate STDR separately. But when it comes to China, by using Indian population as a standard, we need to calculate China's STDR. Then CDR is the weighted average of ASDR of population by taking population as a weight. So CDR itself is a weighted average of ASDR by taking the population itself as a weight. So we are taking here directly, we are calculating, and when it comes to STDR, we are multiplying the same population for which we have calculated the ASDR. So it is a weighted average of ASDR of a same location. So when it comes to only two locations and standard population of the same among the two locations, then no need to calculate STDR. So CDR itself is a STDR. So next, merits of STDR are: it is a good measure of mortality giving importance to age group. So first merit is it gives importance to age group, and it calculates the STDR. And second, it can be used for comparison of mortality of two or more populations. So STDR is specially calculated to compare the death pattern or death rate of different locations. And demerits are: it requires standard population and it is difficult to select the standard population. So here one more difficult task, that is selecting the standard population. Which location should be selected as a standard? Because if we select any location, or India, China, Russia, America, Japan, whatever you take, there will be one or other aspect which bothers the population. America may be having rich resources and all, but population is very less. They have medical advancement, because of that their death rate is less, that India might not be having. But when we take Japan, their population is again too much small. And when we take Russia as a standard population, their birth rate itself is a very less. So various aspects which bothers. So selecting standard population is very difficult here. And second demerit is it is dependent on age structure of the standard population. So here age structure, if suppose our World Health Organization has given any country's population as a standard population, and if they have given it already in a particular age group pattern, suppose 0 to 20, 20 to 40, like that, then for calculation of STDR, we also have to frame our population in that age group itself, what kind they have given. So 0 to 20, 20 to 40, if they have given 0 to 10, 10 to 40, 40 to 50 and all, then also we have to take population in the same manner, otherwise it is difficult to calculate STDR. So here we complete this first part of the mortality rates. We have discussed CDR, that is average of the average death rate of the given location's population. Here we tell per 1000 individuals how many deaths are occurring. And second, ASDR, there we calculate death rates for a particular age groups. And then standardized death rate, here we calculate STDR with help of ASDR and standard population. And next class, in the next class we study remaining three mortality rate. They are infant mortality rate, neonatal mortality rate and maternal mortality rate. These three are very simple and they are totally different from these three mortality rates. There we take only infants and mothers death, and here we take total population. So they are different. So we will discuss them in our next class. So here I conclude. If you have any doubts, kindly ask me. And one more thing we study here, that is difference between the CDR and STDR. So CDR, the population is used as weights. So here in CDR, the given population itself is used as a weights, whereas in standardized death rate STDR, the standard population is given and that is used as a weights. And second difference, in CDR it cannot be used for comparison of death rates deaths of two or more population. So in CDR we can calculate and tell what is the death rate, whether it is decreased for our location only or not. Suppose Indian mortality rate is point Indian CDR is suppose 30. That means per thousand individual 30 are dying. For current year, if we calculate, if it reduced to 25, so we can say that compared to last year, India's death rate is decreased. Last year, per thousand individuals, 30 are dying, but this year they are in India per thousand individuals, 25 are dying. But we cannot compare with other locations. Whereas in STDR, it is calculated for the purpose of comparison itself. So we can compare with two or any number of countries' population. And third, it requires less information. That CDR informs only total number of deaths and total population, nothing else. And where in calculating STDR we need more information, detailed information, that is what is the standard population we need, and according to the standard population's age group pattern we need population for the given location. So these are the difference between CDR and STDR, and here we conclude, dear friends.